lot of competition out there. There's a lot of new cats, and there's a lot of people stepping over people and not respecting. And a lot of new cats don't even know the history. And I think if you don't know the history, it's really hard to produce and make good music. But somehow it's working. But I mean, in my opinion, I'm really tired of all the bleep music. I'm really tired of it. Yeah. Come on, man. What happened to the bass? Yo, what happened?
It's all high end now.
Yeah.
It's all like high
you know,
end
and that's because of the software. You know, these new cats go into the software, venture outside of what's there, venture in here a little bit, find yourself, be artistic with it, you know? That's what underground is all about. Underground is a pure artistic gesture. You don't do it for attention, you don't do it for money, you do it to be heard and to move people. That's what it's all about. I mean, that's how I started, and I know for a fact that's how Detroit started, you know? I mean, it is glamorous, you get to travel and everything, but you know, I hate to see DJs complain and this and that, and a lot of them, you know, you're just using software, you're producing, just be a little more creative, but to be honest, I'm tired of all the bleep, 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 you know, and a lot of times it makes me mad, because I say, I know I heard that before, and it's just a filtered down something, but that's cool too. It's good to use house loops and loops from the past, but you know, make it your own, you know. Like for instance, you know, I did a thing, you know, I like the record Break for Love because I always do the soft spoken stuff. I just kind of twisted around and did Blake for Love, you know. But that's totally out of respect to the classics, you know.
Well, and you would say that sometimes it's better to work within limits and then see how far you can go with that limit. That was the advantage of the 303, was that it was always, you know, you're very limited, but then you can use your mind to really push it past that.
Right. That's true, you know. And then I got in an argument with a friend of mine, you know who you are, about 303 software versus a real 303. And then we got in a thing about who had the hardest kick. I said, can't anything with an 808 kick. He made me so mad that I flew from New York back to Detroit. The first thing I did, got my 808 and went over to his house and knocked on his door. I said, let's go. And after that, he was a believer. So
that's fantastic, man. This has been a great interview. I appreciate it. And thank you for joining us, Blake.
Thank you for having me.